All right, people. You know what it is. You know what it is. Why do all of a sudden I hear. Wait, hold on. I'm hearing something weird. Oh, oh my God. I did this yesterday. It worked perfectly fine. I didn't hear anything weird. And now I'm hearing something weird. Maybe I'm tripping. Anyway, yeah, we are here. We are live. Let me pop this on real quick. Let's make sure everything is everything. You guys let me know how the audio sounds. I hear a weird doubling, which I shouldn't. And I don't know why, but I'm willing to let it run if it's not an actual problem. Okay? You know what I mean? All right, cool. So if you guys are hearing anything weird on the mic, let me know. And I will try one other thing just to be certain. All right, does this one sound weird? It actually sounds a little weird too. Anyway, y'all let me know. Because I'm going handheld. I'm freestyling today. Freestyling! Anyway, listen, the internet is going a crazy, and I got things I want to say about it, but today is a Q&A show, so you can ask your Q's and I will A them. It's to the best of my ability anyway. And yeah, so I know what it is. Hold on. I know exactly what it is. I know what it is. Nope, that's not it either. Wow, that's pretty impressive. Okay. That's not it either. What if I do that? Nope. All right, we're just going to leave it. I'm going to stop messing with it until you guys tell me it sounds horrible, and then I'll switch because I prefer to be comfortable for this particular situation. Anyway, the internet is having a cow, and I kind of want to talk about it. Now, as you know, a couple weeks ago, Lou and I made this conversation about some of the kerfuffle that was going on with one of the brands, and you know, people had thoughts, feelings, and ideas. And then Gerald recently put out a video, which was really good. I sent it to a couple folks, and he was just talking about sort of the nature of the threat with his YouTube right now. And what's really weird is long before any of this blew up, if you were following, if you were following Curtis Judd, Curtis Judd had a conversation about this a while back as well. And what Curtis's point was basically somebody straight up accused him of being a shill for some microphone brand, and Curtis had a conversation out loud with his people. It was like, "Am I a shill?" And then so he says, "Okay, I'm going to do 10 weeks on this channel with no gear that is sent to me, and just basically work off of what he had around the studio, and see how that works." And it messed up his channel, honestly, because people were coming for the reviews. People were coming for his detailed reviews. And at some point, he was just working off the stuff he had around, and it kind of disconnected him from what it is that he does. Now, here's the problem in general. I'm going to cover this twofold. First, before everybody has covered what the problem with the industry is, so I'm going to cover what the problem with the audience is. And it's not the true audience. None of you guys fit this description. And this is why I don't pay much attention to people that come up in my comments that this is the first time they rolled up in here if they have something awful to say. I think part of that is, hey, when you grow up black, you get used to people saying awful shit to you since you're like 3 years old. So you just kind of a little bit more thick skinned. But the other half of it is that person isn't your audience yet. In order to explain this further, I have to go into a deeper story. People used to come into our store and spout all kind of craziness. And in the spouting of said craziness, they oftentimes would run out the store talking about, well, you just lost a customer. And I would often remind them a customer is someone who has bought something. Right now, you're just an asshole on the carpet. You know what I mean? Walking into the store and you haven't purchased anything yet does not a customer make you. A customer is someone who has bought something from you. And a lot of people get that twisted. So when someone like that would come into our store and have something stupid to say, and then we're just like, I don't want to do business with this type of person because I'm not that desperate for the sale. And then we would send them, packing. They would often get mad and be like, oh, you lost a customer. And I'm like, no, I didn't. You misunderstand the definition of a customer. So if someone comes into your channel and they're never spoken out before, they've never been here before, and the first thing they say to you is, Monty, you are a shill for Ecamm. You are allowed to ignore them. You don't need to answer them. You don't need to justify yourself. You don't need to say anything. Just let it go. Many of the people that are in this business are, I'll just be, you know what? I don't have a nice way to say this. They're younger. They're millennials. So they got feelings. I don't have feelings. I'm an old crusty son bitch. I don't have feelings. So somebody come out here and say something stupid to me, I just look at them and laugh. Right? But a lot of the guys that are doing this, they're millennials and they got feelings because they've been told they're supposed to, and they should actually. We're actually more messed up because we don't have any, but their reaction is they get a little hurt and then they feel upset and then they feel they need to spend 3 minutes making a video explaining why they are not. And so what happens is now you got all of the camera reviewer guys having a small cow because of something that happened with Insta360, and then now they all feeling bad about having to do, new videos when new cameras came out or whatever. Listen, let's get into this real quick. Long before YouTube existed, if you rolled into a Tower Records and on the end cap, there was Gangsta's Paradise from Coolio, the label paid for that. The labels paid for the end cap. If there was a giant puffy poster handcrafted by Tyson and the dudes in the back room to celebrate the Life and Death album, the record labels paid for that. No one will ever admit to this, but even when I was in radio, sometimes we'll get a little something in the mail. And all of a sudden, this track that you're hearing is my favorite record. And I would play it obnoxiously. Oftentimes, it was my favorite record. Did it matter that RCA, slid a little something my way? No. I was going to love that record anyway. But the fact that they slid a little something to make sure that it absolutely is my favorite, that was life, man. Nobody cried about it. Nobody cried about it. It did not make the song a bad song. It's the same song, and everybody was digging it. The fact that Arista took us out to dinner and to the strip club after didn't mean that it was a bad album or a bad song. It meant that they were promoting their record, which is what they were supposed to do. Sony, we had this thing in the stores known as spiffs. Anybody's ever done retail, you might get something known as a spiff, right? And CompUSA, I'm glad BJ brought it up because I worked at CompUSA too. Oftentimes, Toshiba would throw a spiff. Toshiba would say, for every Toshiba laptop you sell with a Pentium 3, you will get $100 spiff. for every Toshiba laptop you sell with a Pentium 2, you would get a $50 spiff. Yo, at the end of spiff months, yo, I'd be like 5-6 grand extra in the pocket. Why? Because I would sell the Toshibas more. Did it make them bad? No. Did it make the current IBMs at the time worse? No. But Toshiba was giving me an incentive to sell more Toshibas. Did it mean that they suck? No. The only ones that we sold that absolutely sucked was, what is that thing? Packard Bell. Packard Bell was trash. But they also never came up with spiffs because they didn't have no money to do such a thing until towards the end when they became compact. But the things that you guys are accused, not you guys, you specifically, the thing that the internet is accusing these YouTubers of has been a part of business since Hoenn became the first business. None of this is new. But Tom disagrees with me. Tom said it's not victim mentality. It is absolutely victim mentality. The idea that Rafi would screw you wrong and lie to you about how good a Canon camera is because Canon somehow paid him is just dumb. And it's not his responsibility for you to decide whether you want to buy that product or not. It's yours. So if Canon gave Rafi $1 million to always say nice things about Canon cameras, don't hate the player, hate the game. He has every right to take that money. He has been a long-time user. He's used it professionally for years, and it has paid his bills up until now. If they decide to come by and slip him a little extra bonus, that is not a bad thing. That is life, son. You know why I am a hardcore Manchester United fan versus any other team from England? Because they had the marketing dollars to be in the US back when nobody else could. So my first foray into what is the English games consisted of the rivalry between Leeds and Manchester United. And then after seeing more a couple of different games from a couple of different teams and watching a couple of different people, I was like, these is my folks. It is absolutely asinine to think that just because the creator is getting paid means that they can't possibly put out a good review. And Tom said, well, what about the people? He didn't say what about. He didn't say it this way. Let me fix that because I'm not going to get Tom in trouble. But Tom was just talking. And he goes, yeah, but there are people out there who lie. So what? I've had people who lie tell me that this product is good. And then I bought it and I liked it. So I didn't give a crap that they lied. But if they lied and I bought it, and they were wrong, that's still on me. I'm not a bitch. I don't go back to them and be like, well, you lied about this product, so it's your fault that I bought it. I bought it because I didn't do my research, so I wanted the shortcut. So I went to YouTube and I watched all of the embargo videos, and the embargo video said this might be a thing, and then I bought it, and it's bullshit. And guess whose fault it is? Me. This fat-headed fuck right here, me, nobody else. I can't go to the internet and be like, oh, Monty, you're a shill because you told me to buy this and I bought it and it ain't what I wanted. You know what? I just bought something that's an absolute scam. Whose fault is it? Mine. Do I give a shit? No. Why? Because I just don't. It might work out later. You know, and you should never buy something for what it could come out to be. But I bought it. I waited. I finally got it. This thing is ignorant. But you know what? It's my $200. I ain't no bitch. I would come right here and be like, yo, this thing is bullshit. Now, when I bought it, I did the unboxing and I said that I would do a video. Well, guess what? It ain't good. So I'm not going to do a video. Why? I don't do negative reviews. And just because I don't do negative reviews doesn't mean that I'm somehow a shill for a company. A lot of us creators don't like doing I don't like putting nasty into the world. This is not me. When you've been in the world long as I have, you just don't want to see no more nasty. So I don't put it in there. But people do not want to take blame for themselves. If you want proof positive that people don't want to take blame for themselves, go to any support group for any product on the market and look at how much user error that's going down where the person is coming for the company like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? That's just whack. All of my homies just went to Portland. He's stupid. All of my homies just went to Poland to meet the cats from Motion VFX. And they all make videos about Motion VFX products. Does that make them shills? No. That means that they deserve to go because they put in all of that work. Like, it is dumb. It is dumb. I used to watch Siskel and Ebert religiously. There were tons of movies where Ebert just was not having it. Siskel was a little bit more free range. Like, according to them, according to Ebert, all the airplane movies were just stupid. Yes, that's what they were for. And I loved them. One of my favorite franchises growing up as a kid. Maybe because I was just a childish ass kid. But those movies were the bomb. What is the one with Tom Cruise? Hot Wings. I think that's right. They're like, this is the dumbest movie ever made. Absolutely. Love it. One of my favorite movies to this day. You know when you open the magazine and a little card fell out and he keeps watching the magazine and the cards keep falling out and then next thing you know he's standing in with the magazine cards all the way up to his waist. Yeah, that was prototypical at the time. Now, another thing that came up, again, this is Q&A, people. You guys can drop in your Qs and I'll aid them. It's not just me screaming and yelling, but I'm going to scream and yell for now. The other thing, I stopped watching reviews on embargo days because all of these people just come in and they all got things to say about the product on embargo day. No shit. I don't have any. I know I should have brought some out. I have a stack that I've kept. For years. But if I go in the back and dig out this stack of magazines, Macworld, PC Mag, Laptop, Computer Shopper, Byte. I'm forgetting one. Mac User. The day that a brand new, let's say, monitor was coming out, right? Let's say Dell or Sony. Sony used to make these dope ass Trinitron monitors that were like $4,000. And they were the end all be all. So did a company called Radius. Radius used to make professional graphic design monitors, and that was what people strive for. If that monitor was coming out June 1st, and June 1st is a Saturday, on Monday, every one of the magazines I just named would have that monitor on the front cover. Every one of those magazines I just named would have a multiple page spread about that monitor. Long before YouTube ever freaking existed. Wall Street Journal would have a piece about it. All your major papers, your Suns, your Times, your Tribunes would have a thing about it. And that was the way it was. It's exactly the way it is today. The only difference is there was YouTube. Paul, this is absolutely incorrect. I think I know what you meant, but this is incorrect. If I make the review positive and I don't really feel that way and I got paid, that might be shillery. But if I make the review positive and I actually like the product and I got paid, bingo, 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 win, 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 win across the board. If you lie in your review just because you got paid, that's a different story. I think that's what you meant. It didn't read that way, just so you know that. But then again, I read differently. So, yes, ZDNet is PC Magazine. Then they became ZDNet and CNET, but originally PC Magazine. Yes, exactly. So, it has always been this way. And then the one that killed me recently. Yes, surely you can't be. That's the one, Luis. That's the one I'm thinking about. Until recently, there's a conversation about, the Apple keynote speech felt just like a giant infomercial. No fucking shit. That is exactly what it is. That is exactly what it is. It is a marketing piece. Some people would call it a commercial. And my goal was to give you the information to make you want to go and buy this thing. You know what the fuck Sunday is at church? An infomercial. Half of y'all sit in infomercial every Sunday, spreading your gospel of choice. It's called evangelical in certain cases. People, what are we talking about here? What exactly are we talking about? Of course it's an infomercial. Anybody with a business degree or a marketing degree or some degree adjacent to that absolutely knows that. Accountants are out of job without that infomercial. The guys that stand in the store in their lovely blue shirts with the apple on it be out of the job without that commercial. You know what I'm saying? What exactly are we talking about here? You are going to go to the grocery store sometime this week. There is going to be a gigantic mountain of Coca-Cola in the Piggly Wiggly when you walk in. Next to that gigantic mountain of Coca-Cola, there's going to be another gigantic mountain of Bud or Bud Light or something. 2 weeks after, you can count this. 2 weeks after, that will switch to Pepsi. And if you are a person that has two stores in their market, say you got the Wiggly in one side and Albertsons, Ralph Vaughn, Safeway, whatever in the other side. For the 2 weeks, right now, Labor Day just passed. So if the Coke was, or Pepsi was in the front at Albertsons, 2 weeks from now, it will be in the front at the Piggly Wiggly and the Coke will be at Albertsons. And they've been doing this shit since the 70s. The 1970s. People are tripping. Creators don't need to adjust anything. I don't like YouTube because YouTube has turned into a giant... No, it hasn't. You know what I watched over the last 2 days? I watched nothing but shows talking about Manchester United kicking Manchester City's ass in the FA Cup. Yes, we did. Glory, glory, Man United. I did not see a camera review. I did not see an audio review. I did not see any of that. Why? Because I spent the last 2 days watching and loving the fact that we won the FA Cup after an absolute shit season, by the way. So you can't be like, oh, YouTube just turned into blah, blah, blah. Kathy ain't seeing none of this shit. She sees people talking about vegan cheese. It's just like, stop with the superlatives that ain't superlative, whatever. It's shit stupid. People are tripping. And Raph, I am so glad you said this. Raph said, once you realize everything is trying to sell you and you are selling to everything, business to you is just your job, your friends, your bank, to spend money, time, learn to sell. Yes. When you say, homies, listen, this weekend, instead of kicking it with your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, we new folks around here. How about y'all come with me and we're going to go to watch the Steely Dan reunion concert. Like, yo, it'll be like a get together, the homies, let's get the band back together, let's go. And they'd be like, oh, you know, man, I'm supposed to go to my kid's soccer game. And it's like, listen, Dave, you know you my friend. Your kids suck at soccer. You can go next week. Tell your wife you can't go. We going to go watch Steely Dan. Just come with me and Raph. Raph, you coming? And Raph be like, oh, nah, man, you know, I got this project that I'm working on. Listen, I will help you paint the fence on Friday. But seriously, boys, we got to get together to go on Saturday. It's going to be the best run-up since that last time we got arrested in Fort Lauderdale. Camera Junkie, you in? He's like, yeah, but I'm bringing Aiden. When you have that conversation with your homies about doing some shit, you know what you just did? You just sold them. You marketed to them the benefits of coming to this Steely Dan concert and getting your crew together, as opposed to staying at home and doing your same boring shit you do every weekend. That is selling. The person that you look at across from your house, provided you have one of them, you sold to them. You sat up in a restaurant somewhere with a shitty steak and was like, hey, you know, girl, I don't know how your other mans was treating you, but excuse me, but I think, you know, we would just, you know, and then she's like, oh, so what did you do in school? You know, I was a straight A student. You lie. Motherfucker, you got B's. But you was that time while you was trying to close the deal, you sitting up across your future partner embellishing stories. That is no different than the creator talking about the brand new Sony camera that came out. Sup, Kim? How you doing, mommy? You know what I'm saying? Like, the person you were with sold themselves to you and you sold yourself to them. The fuck? I'm going to say something sexist, and I'm sorry. I'm ready to be canceled. The funny part is when the female triumvirate come in with this noise, knowing good and well that 80% of y'all have never rolled up on any situation where you're meeting a new person with no makeup on. You lie from the second you sat down. Nobody would talk about that, right? Now, some of y'all are still cute with no makeup. Some of y'all can do some miraculous things with makeup. Matter of fact, it's a whole meme situation on the internet because before, and then all of a sudden, like, damn, it's a thing. It's a thing. In Thailand, you have that same conversation. Next thing you know, it's come like, hey, what you doing after work? What? Oh my God. Like, it's a whole, so stop it. People are just crazy to act like marketing and selling and whatever is not a thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is just crazy. It is beyond crazy. At the end of the day, my creator friends, self included, are trying to make a living. I know this stuff does not seem like it's hard. It is hard. And some of y'all should know this by now. This is a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? Rafi, come on with the fire, homie. Listen, Rafi says, men like what they see, women like what they hear. That's why men lie and women wear makeup. Facts. 100% facts. I love that. I love that. Yes, buyer beware. Caveat emptor. Let me get that straight. Listen, it is perfectly fine to go through something's coming new. Like who just did it? What that company is called, Raf? Pentax. No. Yes. No, Panasonic. There we go. Panasonic just dropped a new camera. There's a purple one and a blue one and a brown one and a green one and a red one and a black one. And they just dropped this new thing. And all the reviews came out. Some of the reviews are positive, some of the reviews are negative. You cannot look at the person who loved that camera. Photo Joseph, by the way, says my favorite new camera. You cannot look at my brother Joseph and go, oh, he is somehow a shill for the company. If you know PJ, you know that he has been a hardcore Lumix fan for a hot minute. So his liking that camera does not make him a shill for Lumix. It means that he likes the camera. I am not a fan of Panasonic cameras, but I might try it and I might like it. Listen, I talk mad shit about Fuji for years. Mad shit. Based off of what? Nothing. Why? Because I learned that hatred from somebody else. And I shared that hatred proud and confidently that Fuji must be shitty because the person who taught it to me said it was shitty, so I believed them, and I held that flag like it was no tomorrow. And then, last year, December 13th to be exact, I bought my first Fuji. Kind of what I bought it for, because it was the hottest thing running, and I could get this camera and hate on it and say how stupid it was, and then I could sell it for more than I bought it for. Bingo. And then I was like, oh, sucky down. This camera's bad to the mother. Oh, shit. I didn't even know you could hit like that. Yo, the X100V became like my favorite camera. And I was a little bit click curious because I had bought the Ricoh. And the thing that I loved about the Ricoh was just pulling it out of my pocket, take a picture, don't really stress too much about the settings, just get. And it had that good non-digital, very filmic look. When I started playing with that Fuji and started playing with them film sims, I was like, oh my God, I'm in love. Not 1, 2 months later. Actually, run that back. Not even a month later, there is a presser from Fuji, and they said, we are releasing the FX106. I just purchased a $13.99 X100V. And 30 some odd days later, they came out with a brand new model. And I bought that bitch too. Matter of fact, bought 2 of them. So sometimes that creator's feelings could be genuine to them. Their anchoring could be genuine to them. A lot of people, for the longest time, hated on Sony because they didn't have flip-out screens, not realizing that Panasonic had a patent on flip-out screens, and Sony and Panasonic in country are mortal enemies. And so it was a pride situation that was stopping them from putting the flip out screen. When that elder died and that war went away and the new person took over, they were finally able to be like, okay, Panasonic will pay you the licensing fee for the flip out screen. It had nothing to do with, oh, Sony's stupid. They ain't got no flip out screen. How come? Man, the tech is there. Anybody can do it. Like, it's crazy. Dude, but yes, Tommy, this is correct in both ways. A paid reviewer is just a form of billboard advertising on the freeway. This is true. But how's this? I'm driving down the 95, East Coast. You know what it is. Driving down the 95. I see a billboard. And the billboard says, Wawa, 20 miles. And I'm like, bet. I am happy that I saw that billboard. You know why? I need gas. I need some water. And I need to pee. So that is a paid billboard. Wawa coming up in 20 miles. They spent money for that. But at the time I see that billboard, that was exactly what I needed to see. I need gas, water, pee. While I'm in there, I'll probably buy one of them chicken fingers that they be having. I had my first Wawa experience in Florida like January, so don't let me lie about what Wawa got. My hotel was next to the Wawa. There's nothing wrong with that paid billboard when you need water, gas, and pee. It's irritating if the billboard is, I'm Dave, I'm a personal injury lawyer. I can get you your money. Like when we was in Vegas at NAB, every other sign was this dude, black and gold, I forget his name, Penswick or whatever. He was the personal injury lawyer. And every day you see that fool, you want to punch him in his face. You're like, I hate them. I'm sick of these things. They make the view of the skyline look horrible. The dude look like an absolute dick, blah, blah, blah. And then you round the corner on your way to Sonic, you get hit by a truck and you just laying there and your eyes is like, oh, shit. And then they put you in the back of the gurney to put you in the ambulance and you look up and you see that fool's face. And then you be like, Luis, call the dude on the bulletin board. And Luis calls the dude on the bulletin board. And 3 years later, you get a settlement from the trucking company for $27 million. Is it an ugly billboard now? No. All marketing is irritating until you need to buy what it is that they're selling. This is what people trip me out for. Marketing is just like dating. Marketing is just like dating. Marketing is just like dating. Every dude hitting on you is irritating until Brad Pitt be like, hey girl, what your name is? Then you're like, leak, splash. You know what I'm saying? Every girl that hit on you is ugly and get on your nerves, and I wish they leave me alone. And then ScarJo is like, hey, do I sound like ChatGPT? And then you're like, whoa, shut up, people. You have been told to hate marketing. That is it. You don't really hate marketing because you ain't bought shit without marketing. You have been told by other people that this is bad, and so you just keep repeating it. It's dumb. Let it go. When we were kids, and maybe some of y'all got them, kids know the words to every commercial before they know anything else. Kids will stand in front of the TV, see the commercial, soon the commercial's over, they just ignore the TV. At least that's how it was for when I was a kid, and most of my nieces and nephews who are now teenagers, which is really scary. But yeah, they were just like always. Commercial come on, they can sing the commercial. They do a little dance. Da, 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 da. As soon as it's over, gone. We have been exposed to this for a long time. And your pastor who makes you go to your church has done nothing to you but market. That is what this is. It is what it is. Any ideas on how to get Apple TV an Ethernet thread to a studio display? HDMI from Apple TV. Yeah, using HDMI converter. I'm sure it exists. I'm sure. The one thing about video signals, they can always be tricked. I personally don't have a studio display, but it should work. My old studio display, you needed a box. You needed it was like $150 box. But Griffin made one, and so did Effian. And then but the problem is you're running into is the HCDP protection, which is designed not to allow you to copy studio display because it's never intended to be that. It doesn't have that in there. So you need a box that will do the converter and lie to it and tell it that is HDCP certified. Bingo. All right. Dude, Tasty Cakes. See, we don't have that over here. But I love Tasty Cakes. When I was growing up, Tasty Cakes, oh my God. And Entenmann's, no, them joints was good. What is a Sizzly? Let me see. Yeah, I don't like those commercials neither. But if I was ever in the settlement, I'm going to call JT Wentworth, 177 cash now. JT Wentworth, you know what I'm saying? I bet you some of y'all need to buy some flooring, and Empire might come to your brain right away because you've been listening to Empire since you was a little wee lad. You know what I'm saying? Does that work? But this doesn't. If I do my Christina Aguilera, itchy kitty, yeah, 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 yeah. Itchy kitty, yeah, yeah, yeah. Mocha took a chocolate, sweet old lady mama lied. Y'all don't hear that? That's a Christina Aguilera. She always does that, right? Yes, yes. I just wanted to be relaxed today. I wanted to check out my Rode Wireless Interview Pro, and then bam. Tommy, this was so good. Because that really does tell you the true story, man. My favorite camera this past year has been my iPhone. Ooh, sorry. Yes, exactly. Like, you know, honestly, I think it is, Raph, that as older creators, like, we know none of this stuff is really important. What's important is breathing the next day. But I also think a lot of our creative friends who are having these meltdowns, I think a large portion of their audience is younger. And so they're seeing young people with no experience and the feels and the idea that they're never going to make it, and they're slep rock. So they bring some of that slep rock energy to the comments, right? Also, the younger cats are jealous. Do old people get jealous? Yes. But most of us grow out of it. Not all. We know some bright orange fuckface that can't get over his jealousy, but most of us grow past the jealousy. And I'm not saying it's all jealousy, but it's a lot of jealousy in there, bro. Like, oh, you got another new piece of gear. You guys all know Voldemort slide through the channel all the time with some stupid shit to say, and it's jealousy. It is what it is. I can't believe they sent you another thing. Why do you always get such good things? Like, oh my God, they sent you another fee. It's none of this shit is fucking free, family. Like, yo, it takes time and effort and energy and a lot of sweat and tears to be put at a level where a company trusts you enough to send you something for you to give your input. That ain't free, bro. It just ain't. I'll fight somebody over that shit. I just bought this damn thing. I don't know if I like it yet. It's Aura. It get on my nerves a little bit. I've been through all the other sleep trackers, and so I got this, and I don't know if I like it yet. And I'm not going to be mad at anybody who said it was great. If I end up not liking it, that's me, dude. I bought it, and I don't like it. If I end up liking it, then I like it. Like, I think two things. People want everybody to do the work for them. They want them to give them the formula. They want them to tell them, go this, and this, and all of a sudden you're going to be a millionaire, and that's exactly it. They don't want to do any work. They don't want to do any research. They don't want to do any studying. They don't want to take any blame. They want someone to give them a turnkey solution. Turnkey solutions, for the most part, don't work. Because turnkey solutions don't require your input, your sass, your thing. What people actually fall in love with is people and not product. The reason why we all like Rode, people. Reason why I love Shore, people. The reason why we love Ecamm, people. Even after spending some time with them at NAB, I'm into Falcam and Ulanzi. Yo, that team is just tight. I met some of the people at the other company whose name shall not be renamed, 2 words, and they are aight, right? They make great product, and they are aight. But the people from Falcam and Ulanzi, they was like, come on in. Yo, let's hang out. Y'all are cool. Like this, they were folks. The other guys were in the booth doing their job. There's a difference. So if somebody comes to me and be like, which cage should I get? This other brand, Famous, cage be ready on day 1, or wait like a week to get the Ulanzi version, I'll be like, it's metal, bro. At that point in time, I'm going to say get the U, because these people are cool. They just are good folks, right? It's metal. There's nothing fancy about the metal. Metal is metal. So I'm going to wait. And I really enjoy the Tilta brand. Mostly I started using Tilta to support Tyler because Tyler's folks. But after I got to meet them, me and Eden hanging out with them, the Tilta brand is really cool too. So yeah, boom. I'll be honest, I only trust certain people marketing me because I trust their endorsement. Y'all can sell me a hot water heater and be like, yeah, we do need a hotter water. Yeah, that's what it is, because you trust what they're doing. Absolutely, that's what I'm doing right now. And it's currently connected to the Rodecaster Duo. So this will go to the Rodecaster Pro 2, the Rodecaster Duo, the Streamer X, the Rode Wireless Go 2, the Rode Wireless Pro, and the Rode Wireless Me. It will connect to all of the above. And what's super dope, now it's recording in the handle. So I don't even need no receiver. I can just record straight into the handle. Rode Wireless Go was a different radio, and all the radios switched after that. Be more specific. 1 Thunderbolt upstream port, 3 downstream ports in that display. And so just connect it to the LG Ultrafine. It would just work. But it has nothing to do with ports. It has to do with HDCP compatibility. Anything that is going to display a picture needs to have HDCP compatibility. And what that has to do with high definition copy protection. You cannot take the signal out of the Apple TV or any other streaming device for that matter and connect it to a device which just pulls the signal out the HDMI unless it has HDCP in it, because the device, Apple TV, would not know that you're not trying to copy and illegally bootleg things from Netflix or ESPN or whomever. So the connector is just a connector, right? You can legit go HDMI out to Thunderbolt. HDMI to Thunderbolt cables exist all over the planet. $40. But there's no block in the middle that tells the monitor that I have stopped you from copying. So until you find that piece in the middle that will turn off the HDCP, it's not going to happen. Now, if you can find a device that generates an HDMI signal that does not have copy protection, it would just work. But it seems like an awful lot of work for nothing, and I'm going to tell you why. Okay? There is nothing that the Apple TV can play that your computer can't already play. There is nothing that your Apple TV can play. Not one that your computer can already play. Not one. YouTube, check. Netflix, check. ESPN, check. Apple TV app, check. There is nothing that your Apple TV can play that your computer can't already play. so it doesn't require to do what you're trying to do unless you're just trying to be a nerd. Check. The Euros. Hup. Man, if we lose, I swear to God, I'll be mad at you, Mark, now. All right. Thank you, man. Kim, I really appreciate you. Yeah, again, a lot of work, right? And people just think, oh, you got free stuff. When as soon I hear that, that's just jealousy. Like, nah, man. Thank you. This is it, Luis. You are absolutely allowed to make mistakes. I think Monty said it a Beck. If you buy something and you figure out it ain't for you, return it. It ain't that hard. Just return it. Everybody has decent return policies these days. Ulanzi is legit. All day. Please do. All day. You good. You're in the building. Boom. Tom, you missed the whole thing. And I was talking about you a little bit, but not blaming you. I'll just reiterate because I think it's important. You know me, I really love what you do, and it irritates me that people get under your skin. In this particular case, nobody got under your skin, but it irritates me when some haters come up and say something stupid to you and it gets under your skin. As a protective older brother, that bothers me. You should just ignore them. That person is probably not even a real member of Buck Nation. They just coming through with hatred and vitriol and whatever, and it just irritates me that bothers you. The one benefit of being old and grumpy and having grown up fighting like racism and hateful comments, shit people say to me in the comments doesn't affect me in the same way. Like, I just don't care. But that's because I'm old and grumpy. It really drives me crazy when people think that just because a creator is doing a content for a brand that's somehow shillery. Nobody even knows what the hell that word means. They're using the word in the wrong way, but I do understand the context, so I'll let them have the context. I can absolutely love this product and get paid to do this review. They're not mutually exclusive. I could also get paid to do this review and hate this product. The problem is, no one really brought this up. The reason why you might not see I hate this product videos on this channel, I know why you won't see it on this channel. I don't do negative reviews. I just don't like it. I don't like putting negative energy into the world. So if somebody sent me something and it was trash and I ain't like it, that video don't come out. Here's a funny thing. Something that you saw the unboxing, but you never saw the review on my channel. Oh, it's in the other room. The little You Only Live Once box. I didn't like it, so there was never a review about it. I never made it. I unboxed it. That was it. I never did a review about it because I didn't like it. I thought it was a brilliant idea. As I went to go use the idea, I didn't like it as much as you did, so it just never came out. That is sitting in the back room right there in the pile of things that sit in the back room. But you know what I'm saying? So, in a way, the reason why I said it's victim mentality is because these people want somebody to give them the answer that is the only answer that doesn't require them to do any research. And so they can just go make a purchase decision and assume that everything is going to be gravy. But first of all, no such thing is perfect, so get over that. No item is perfect, so get over that. And do your own research. And if you don't want to do your research and you take the advice of somebody and that advice is not exactly what you expected, that's your fault. Not the creator, not the company that paid them. That's nobody's fault but your own, because you were trying to take a moving shortcut and the shortcut didn't work out. That is your fault. And nobody wants to hear that, right? When you watch George Clooney try to sell you an Nespresso, he got paid to sell you that Nespresso. When you watch a movie and there is an Apple computer in the movie without a black circle on it, like we're stupid and we don't know that it's an Apple, that product was paid placement. Long before YouTube ever existed, we got end caps in stores. We had posters on the windows of stores. If you go to your local bike shop right now, Trek will have a poster in the window and GoPro will have a poster in the window. Those posters are paid for by the company so that you driving down the street would go, they sell Trek. That is no different than what happens on YouTube. People are dumb. I'm sorry. I am super sorry. People are dumb. Mark, I'm going to explain it again. Last time, any monitor with an HDMI port that absolutely has the HDCP protection built in. Apple had no intention of you ever connecting anything with an HDMI port to the monitor, so they did not build in the HDCP. HDCP, the chip is a $4 chip. It's not that important, but it has been certified by All Things That Can Record. They have it built in. Sometimes your TV, even when your TV first powers on and you have the Apple TV connected or the Xbox or the PlayStation, even the cable box, it will go detect the HDCP incompatible, and it goes away because the chip takes long to load sometimes. The signal will get into your monitor. That monitor is not intended to be that type of monitor, so it doesn't work that way unless you can trick out the HDCP. If you cannot find a way to trick out the HDCP, then it ain't going to work. And the other thing is the computer can do everything the Apple TV can do, so it doesn't matter. Boom. There's a lot. There's a lot. That list is really, really hard, but there is a lot. DJ Rob, another one. Yeah. Yeah, man, this is a crazy conversation, and unfortunately, the internet has lost their mind. And again, it all comes down to, I think this is just me, and maybe I'm jaded because I actually like to do work. People are lazy, and everyone wants somebody to do stuff for them, and nobody wants to take responsibility. So if I can make somebody tell me to buy something, and then I buy it, and then it doesn't work, then I can be mad at them and say they weren't shill. Or the other thing that's super funny, half of the people in the, not all, I'm not going to say all, half of the people in the comments that are making those things that make these creators feel that way, if they were getting the opportunity, they would do the same thing. You know how I know? Videos done by my contemporaries about how to get brand deals always do really good. So it's funny how much people claim to be against it. But if you go to YouTube right now and you look up any videos about how to get a brand deal, they're crushing. Whole workshops and whole entire conferences dedicated to how to get brand deals. I'm just saying, like, people are full of it. I don't like the fact that you got free stuff, so I want free stuff, so I'm going to call you a dick because I ain't get it. That's what's popping. That's what's popping. Gerald has the best video out on it so far. And yeah, I might come through. I might make one. Right? That girl that took Luis off the table, you was eyeballing Luis for like 3-4 weeks. You slide through the restaurant. He at the sushi bar doing it up. You slide through. You look at him like, hey, Luis. Louise. You going about your business. You and your girls. Your girls is over there. Hey, man, why don't you go talk to Louise? You're like, nah, it's okay. And your girls is like, look, we sick of coming here because we come here every Saturday just so you can look at him and you don't say nothing to him. And you're like, And then Stacy slide through. And then Stacy sit at the little sushi bar. She talked to Louise. Then you see the digits get exchanged. And then you see him holding hand at the Cafe Bustelo Cafe. And then now they together. And you be like, she's a hoe. That's what this be like. You didn't do what you should. You didn't get what you wanted. And then somebody else did. And now she's a hoe? She ugly, she fat, like her eyelashes be like that, or she's a bleach blonde, butch built, bad body, whatever. She got all kind of names now. You don't even know her, but you're just mad because she did what you wanted to do. This happens on a regular basis. That is the same thing that transpires when people be in the comments talking about, oh, how much did they pay you to say nice things? Literally, that's what it is. It's just hatred. Thank you, Paul. This is what I'm trying to say. Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to round this out. Why are you bringing up all this? Sorry. It's just crazy. Like, it's unfortunate that, man, creators put in work. Tom kind of talked about it today. Like when somebody sends him something, it takes them a week to do a video and think it all the way through. And it's hard, man. This stuff ain't easy. And yeah, it irritates me when I see people come from my creator friends. These people came for Curtis. Curtis is the second nicest man on YouTube. Tom is the first, Curtis is second. And Curtis didn't do any videos with, like quote unquote given / sponsored content for 10 weeks. And it just changed this channel. Like the people that come for to hear what he got to say, they don't care what these idiots got to say. Curtis is a beast, man. He goes way nerdy into all of his, audio talk. When I'm for it. And again, all the things that these guys are being accused on YouTube happened during the magazine days. It happens in any retail store you walk into this very day. It happens when the movie came out. I mentioned this on Tom's channel. When Deadpool 3 starts to come out next month, 2 weeks before the movie, you're going to see Ryan on everything. A week after the movie launches, you're going to see Ryan on everything. Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Kimmel, Seth, whatever his name is, Myers. He's going to host Saturday Night Live. He's going to be on The View, the morning show, the afternoon show, the night show, the later show, all of them. He's going to be everywhere. Why? Because they got to sell tickets to see Deadpool. The company you work for right now, if they weren't marketing, you would be out of a job. Period. And if you ain't got no job, the company your mama and daddy work for would be out of a job if they didn't do marketing. Spam risk, what do you want? Oh, do not, you heard that? Do not call back the single ring spams. Because Ryan, I saw them in San Diego. I like Wrexham. I think that show, that whole story, that whole vibe is just really, really dope. And I'm practicing my Welsh. Actually, no, I ain't even going to begin to try that. But for sure, man, for sure. It's been like that forever. Listen, fam. Listen. You want to know, since Dan is here, he can back me up. I want you to follow the track of the craziest shit Kanye ever did. Snatching. I'm going to let you finish. All of those things where Kanye went the most crazy coincided with the album drop. All of the controversies where your man Yeezy went Tweezy, every single one of them coincided with an album drop. I'm going to name my kids something stupid. Album. I'm going to snatch the mic from the white girl. Album. I'm going to get some kind of weird relationship with the ex and be gone with that ex and then start dating Kardashian. Album. I'm going to say something ignorant and get on Trump's good side. Album. I'm going to piss off Adidas. Album, album, album. Triples. Wake up! Dude, Kendrick and Drake are at home laughing. Laughing. They made this the whole internet is about that life, and they are at home laughing. All the way since Kool Moe Dee and LL hated each other, but they are cousins. Boom. Ba-doo-doo-doo. Like, come on. People. I love it. Vicky, my Adidas walks through concert halls. Yes, don't start. Do not start. Yes, like seriously, man. People are tripping. There's nothing wrong with good marketing. Again, everybody hates marketing until you need to buy something. And I guarantee you, you're going to go get something this week where the commercial or the thought of something you saw is going to pop in your head and you're going to buy exactly that because that's how it works. McDonald's still runs commercials so that when you get hungry, it's top of mind. It has nothing to do with these guys are out to get you or the companies are out to get you. Companies ain't out to get you. You ain't that important. It's arrogant to think that you're so important that a company would go out of their way to make up lies with this particular creator just to get you. Dude, Roxanne Shante was the bomb. Doom, 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 doom. Roxanne Shante, I'm the real Roxanne. I like the one from UTFO. Roxanne, can you understand? That was the best. That was the best one. UTFO was the best, dude. I love that. It's TFO, Mr. Sophisticated. Far as I know, ain't nobody greater from beginning to end and to beginning. I'm into you because it's all about winning. See, she came to that because he was fresh. The educated rapper would never fess. There you go. That's what it is. Educated rapper. Anyway, fam, we're going to slide up out of here. And I don't know. That's kind of cool. So today's mic of the day was the Rode Interview Pro. I love it because it allows me to just kick back, relax, and scream. Ah! Yo, thank you. Hey, that's a good idea, K-Walk. We should make a playlist. We should make a playlist for all of the random weird songs that pop into my head. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. There is a service called Songbird that will let you move playlists from service to service because, like me, I'm anti-Spotify, so I don't have that. Yes, right? Isn't that how it happened? That's always how it happens. It's super funny. And the reason why all the rappers have their own liquors now is because Cristal was assholes. They screwed up. All right, fam. I will see you guys on Saturday. We'll do Q&A once again while I'm rearranging things. My Synology is not over here anymore. I finally moved it to the back room. I am mucking about the office. And my voice is shot. I don't know what's going on with me. But I'll see you guys on the flip side. Go check out. Let me see. Did they start yet? Mary Lou and Eden. Oh, they're on. Let's go. Let's go raid.
Internet Banking Simplified added.
Let's go raid Mary Lou and Stephanie, guys. And then just tell them LGL fam is in the building and drop purple hearts. Okay? Let's go see if we can sidetrack Eden. Here we go. I'm going to press finish and let's start the raid right now. I love you guys. Peace out. A-Town Stump.
City of mine, how I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of mine.